Soir Angelica is an opera that I've referenced a lot, and
I want to get better at that game.
When you're having a bad day, all you want to do is have a laugh. Well, here's a treat for you. The boys are here, and we can't wait to turn your day from gross to great. We're the Soy Boys. Soy great.
The L block.
the L block.
Do we think that's it's the most versatile, definitely.
I think the most versatile is the 3 and 1 in the middle.
It's true, but if you have like a little ledge that's 2, you can put the L, you can fit
But it depends on which L.
Okay. Hello everybody, welcome to the Soy Boys podcast. I don't know what's going on in my head today. My name is Paul.
My name is Nicholas.
And together we are the Soy Boys. We also just learned what the term soy boy means. And it's
true.
apparently a derogatory term, very popular in the alt-right community, so already off to a great start.
Yeah.
For like an effeminate man.
Yeah.
It's sort of like a snowflake kind of deal. Someone, the soy is used because it's someone who would prefer to eat like soy tofu or things to meat, or soy milk as opposed to regular meat.
I didn't know that.
It's part of the whole why would you be vegan culture.
Just kill a fucking deer and eat that. Don't don't eat a plant.
Don't eat a plant. Piranha plant. We've just been around each other all day.
It's true.
I haven't left the house. So I would ask you how your day is going, but I don't know. You want to take the reins for a second?
Yeah, I'll reel you back in.
Please, thank you. Please, thank you.
Please, thank you.
Take over, please.
So I'll just give you a recap of my day, because you know, but you don't
People
know.
don't know. And also, I've forgotten most of it.
Yeah.
Probably none of it.
So I woke up and...
So
thank you. I'm also very glad. I woke up and went to my last class that I've referenced, I think, on every single episode.
Wait. What's on the menu? Happens first.
Right. Hold that thought.
Okay. Here's the problem with what's happening in my head today, folks. We just downloaded and played for the first time Tetris 99, and that's where my head is right now. I'm thinking about L blocks. I'm loopy, tired, but I'm not actually tired. So we're forgetting our segments, but that's okay. Also, because what we're cooking tonight is very interesting, because it's nothing.
Right. So I only have potatoes. And by potatoes, I mean singular potato.
Why haven't you gone to the store?
Because I just went 3 days ago, and I have so many frozen pizzas and leftovers to feed myself. I just don't have anything to cook for this podcast. So on the menu today, I am making some Italian Parmesan potatoes. They're going to be baked in the oven.
Sure.
And that's it.
That's
Paul,
it.
What are you making?
So I have a bunch of chicken that needs to get cooked now, so it doesn't go bad. And I'm actually going to provide your entree for the evening. I'm going to cook some chicken for you, bake some chicken with just some seasoning, because people should season their chicken more than they do. I can't tell you how many times in my life I've had just a bland chicken breast, and I'm going to make sure that isn't the fate that befalls you this evening. So I'm going to make in bulk some chicken, and what I don't give to Nicholas, I'm going to chop up into kind of a chicken fried rice, I guess, is what I'm making.
Lovely.
I gotta be careful because we don't have non-stick pans, but if I keep it on low enough heat, we should be fine.
Well, I also have aluminum foil if you need it.
For chicken fried rice?
No.
So what we're gonna do? Great. I wouldn't have it any other way. What
I was
I'm gonna do?
Pans that you put in the oven.
No,
that's not a pan.
That's not a chicken fried rice pan. Nicholas, how was your day? Let's go back to segment 0.5.
So I had class today.
Yeah, for Evan.
Yes, and it was great. It was the last class.
I'm so sad. Did you get a picture? Did you get a yearbook?
No, yearbook. That would actually be really funny.
Oh, because it's Evan Hansen in high school and things.
Oh no, just because we've known each other for 9 hours total. So
remember that time we met and then today happened?
Remember that time we met and then I still don't actually know your name. Sorry.
But you know their voices. Michelle? The sentimental last day of school is what I was going for.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really sentimental, I'd say. It was just a really fun class. The teacher today was really fun. He was super nice.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a grand old time.
I'm so glad you had that.
Yeah. How was your day?
You've been here for most of it. You walked into the apartment when I was just lightly playing nothing on the piano. I was trying to play the Soy Boys theme song, and I was like, it's in D, so I'm gonna play it in D, and it just didn't sound right and didn't feel right. I was trying to sing it, and it didn't go well, and then I was like, oh, it's because it's not D.
Good.
It's in F.
That happens to me so often.
How often?
Soy often.
Because that's the name of the podcast.
Podcast.
You were chopping those potatoes.
I do what I can.
You do what you should. Great. I'm gonna make a spice blend for this chicken. I'm gonna keep it pretty simple. I think maybe just some salt, pepper, garlic, paprika, and maybe some like parsley. Although there's not a lot. There's not enough happening.
There's not a lot happening.
Great. My day was basically nothing. I played Smash with you and Tetris also with you after watching the Nintendo Direct with you. Not that was a bad day, but you were there for all of it.
I was there for all of it. I'm glad I was.
I am also glad you were. I'm leaving the city in like 12 days.
I know, and I'm really sad about it.
That's why we're recording these episodes in bulk. Fun fact, if you're listening to this, which you are because you're hearing me talk.
Nice.
We're recording a bunch in a row, not like weekly, because I'm leaving the city. I've been here for like a month and a half, and I'm going to leave for 4 months. I should wash my hands.
Salmonella kids.
Sam Nella. We went to high school together. He was not nice.
Oh.
Yeah, we're recording these in bulk because I'm going to leave the city, and we want to make sure that you, the listeners at home, have some quality entertainment while Nicholas and I are not living together.
Yeah.
For an undetermined amount of time. What are you looking for?
I'm trying to figure out what to cook these potatoes on. I would like something with a lip because I don't want any juices to leak. And
you trying to like also steam them a bit? Is that what you're...
No, so what I'm going to do is I put the potatoes down and then I just like put slabs of butter on top.
Yeah, you do.
And so I don't want the butter to like...
No, you can't
burn and like dirty up the oven.
Dirty oven.
I might just use a flat pan and make like a tinfoil
I think that's probably your best bet.
I think that's my best bet.
I don't think there are any actual lids in here.
So I'm going to go get some tinfoil.
I may talk, I may not.
Great.
I probably will. I need to wake up. So I'm going to make myself talk to these people.
These people are going to listen to you.
Thank God. Hi, everybody. So what I'm doing, I have found in my quest to season food to my palate, if you recall what I mentioned in the first episode, I don't have the strongest sense of smell. So when I'm seasoning food, I have to make sure that I can taste it. Because normally, like, I'm seasoning this chicken, I'm not going to be able to smell it while I'm eating it. So in my quest to find a spice balance that works for a lack of a sense of smell, I have found salt, pepper, garlic, paprika is a great base for anything. Since, hi Nicholas, you're back in the fridge.
Hey.
You're back in the fridge. That was a mistake! Alright, I'm talking about spices. Spices!
If I just turn this down a scooch.
Sure, I just put it on 400.
I'm just going to put it to 375.
I think that's perfect. Honestly, I think you've never had a better idea.
Thank you so much.
So, welcome to our podcast.
Welcome to our podcast. That was partially my idea as well.
Yeah, well, we're doing our best.
Oh, you know what I could also use?
I want you to tell me.
This pan with a lid.
Does it have a lid?
A lip.
I think you said a lid.
Oh, it's so sticky. I'm just going to line it with tinfoil. It'll be fine.
I think you said you were looking for a lid, not a lip.
No, lip.
Oh, that's so much time. I've got too much time on my hands.
But it's not on your hands. It's in the bowl.
I've got too much time in my bowl. I was telling the folks at home, except since I don't have a sense of smell, really, I've been trying for years to find a good balance of spices for someone who doesn't have a sense of smell, because I've got to be able to taste my food since I can't really smell it. Yeah. And despite having just added time to this mix, salt, pepper, garlic, and paprika, I think is a good balance. Especially since this is going to be like an entree chicken for you, and it's going in my rice.
Yeah.
Good in Good and plenty. Good and
Speaking
versatile.
of spice blends for people without
Senses of smell.
sense of smell, tomorrow's Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Guess what it is also?
Wait, can I finish my thought
Yes.
so it doesn't sound quite as self-indulgent?
Yes.
What what better Valentine's Day gift than a custom spice blend for someone with no sense of smell?
That'd be really nice.
Yeah. That's
That's
thought.
all. No, that's a good idea.
Thank you so much.
I think most people who don't have strong senses of smell don't know. You know, it took me a long time to realize it. I think some people, if it's genetic, they've realized because it's in the family. But my dad doesn't have a strong sense of smell. I don't think he's walking through life thinking, I wish I could be able to smell that. Mm-hmm. There. That's cooking.
Wish I could smell that cookie.
That's cooking is what I said.
I said that cookie.
Okay. Welcome to the Sword Boys
Agree to
podcast.
disagree?
Agree to disagree. Pick your battles, I guess. I'm gonna season the chicken real fast. There's a lot of time on this.
Well, time on your chicken.
That's so funny. You should have said that a second ago.
Thanks. Okay, so this pan is ginormous. So what we're going to do is just make a smaller pan out of tin foil in the middle.
I love a small pan.
I do too. I think we should go to questions.
I think we should, but I need a second.
Great.
Let's just raunchily season this chicken. You know.
Raunchily.
Yeah.
Oh, someone took the SAT.
I've been thinking about the SAT a lot today, actually, because the Try Guys, big fan of the Try Guys, just released a video where Ned retook the SAT because he lost a bet. And Ned went to Yale, so it was a big thing, and they were talking about standardized tests. And I found my old College Board login information, and I logged in, and I found my SAT score, and it was not great.
No.
I took the ACT 3 times. I took the SAT once. I was an ACT kid. What can I say?
I was also, I took the ACT once and the SAT 0 times.
That's fine, because you know what? You are living your truth.
I am. And I studied acting. Why do I need
To know
about math?
radians.
I don't know what that is.
Neither did Ned.
Oh, God.
But he got a 1500 taking the SAT as an adult.
Is that good?
Yeah, because it's out of... I don't know. I don't know anything about anything. I got a 1240 is what I got out of, I guess, 1600. Maybe it's out of 1800. I don't remember because I've studied a lot of... Oh, you were just going for it.
We go for it.
I love the look of this. What are you doing seasoning-wise for the
we're going to just put, like, a metric amount of Parmesan on top and then sprinkle on some Italian seasoning.
That will do the trick. I'm just putting my chicken in the oven here. I'm just going to put this chicken in the oven. Fun
fact,
actually...
Paul.
What's up?
This is the same I'm gonna do that again.
Yeah, please
do. This is the same style of potatoes I made the first Facebook Live video we did.
Oh, that was the beginning of our whole thing.
Yeah.
I think I was also making fried rice that day.
You were.
What? I know I did it one of our times doing Facebook Live.
I think you were.
I'm so happy. This was a truly unintentional full circle. Wow, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Cheers to you. I'm gonna move this rack down.
Cute.
I'm gonna go ahead and touch your rack, ma'am. He said, speaking to the oven. All right. What are we doing? What do you talk? There we go. I had it on the highest setting because I was trying to melt some cheese earlier.
Same.
Speaking of food that I made earlier, you want to take some questions? Will you read the first one for me?
Yeah.
While I put my chicken in the oven?
Ooh, this is from Colin S.
Our dear friend
Colin S. He asks...
You may remember him from the first episode as the person who made me late to one show.
Yes.
Great.
Colin S. asks, where is your favorite place to get groceries? Colin S., that is...
Have you listened to the podcast?
Such a great question. Well, to be fair, he asked it before the first episode dropped.
That's true. That's very true. And also, I don't know if that's my for sure, for real, for life answer, you know?
Sure.
We're talking about Trader Joe's because that's where we get everything.
Right.
And I definitely, living in New York, Trader Joe's is my favorite place. But as I said also in the first episode, I was a Kroger kid growing up. Kroger on every corner. Actually, we had a Kroger and we had Food Cities and we had Bi-Lo's.
Sure.
Or Bi-Lo's, I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
B-I-L-O. and the mascots were two bulls. They were the Bilo Baby Bull Buddies. Wow. So when I was a kid, I loved Bilo because you went there and you got stickers and you could get a free cookie at the bakery. Look at those potatoes; they look so great.
I am done cooking now.
You're done cooking. You can hang out and be the entertaining part of this podcast because I'm struggling today. I'm gonna make some rice.
I'm gonna set a timer.
Great. Bilo, definitely when I was a kid, and then all the Bilos died out, and the Food Lions also died out. Mm-hmm. You know, Food Lion was another store. It's just like the others. There still exists some Food Lions in Virginia because that's where I had a contract, and the only place to shop was a Food Lion. But I prefer Kroger to Food Lion. That's where I shopped the majority of growing up, and also in college, and also at my most recent contract, which is in the same town as my next contract. So that's where I'm going to shop when I leave here because there's no Trader Joe's in that town. So, historically, I think my answer to this question is Kroger, but it might change in a few years because, let me tell you, the Trader Joe's life is really, really nice.
Yeah.
They make quality products, and, you know, the prices are almost unbeatable. I think my answer is
Wow.
Well, let me hear your side of the argument first, because I want to think on mine.
Well, okay. So Trader Joe's is great for, like, essentials and, like, I do, like, 90% of my shopping at Trader Joe's, and I oftentimes will do just, like, all my shopping at Trader Joe's.
Right.
But Trader Joe's doesn't have, like, name brand things.
That's true.
So when I want,
Oreos.
like, Oreos or Pringles
or, like, any type of beer or cider.
Yeah, or, like, Kraft mac and cheese. Because
Yes.
sometimes you can't, like, you just need the original.
Yes.
I can't get that at Trader Joe's.
You can't.
And so, if I'm looking for those, like, super specific things, then I'll go to Superfood Town. Superfood Town.
Shout out to Man-Hattan.
Man-Hattan? There she is.
We found her. She was like, oh, I'm gonna hide. And we were like, well, we're gonna find you.
Yeah.
Great.
I think I really like, I was a Walmart kid.
You were.
As we know in episode 1. And I do like Walmart grocery a lot.
Walmart grocery is truly underrated.
Yeah. So I think while I'm living here, it's definitely Trader Joe's, but I think, like, when I'm back home, it's for sure Walmart grocery.
Well, I remember in our contract, there was a Kroger in town, but you opted to. That was in the sink.
I thought there were footsteps behind me.
There were not.
2 people that live here, and I'm looking at you.
Yeah,
so
you're the other one.
So. Wanted to cry.
Okay. I'm glad you were okay.
I'm also glad. Our contract,
there was a Kroger in town, and we went there once or twice with Colin to get brownie mix, because he made brownies for us that one night, remember?
And we had to get, like, tinfoil pans.
Yes. Mm-hmm. But you opted to do Walmart for your bigger runs, I know.
Yeah.
And that's also where I did my shopping, even though there was a Kroger, because I didn't have a car at that contract, so I was at the will of other people, namely you.
Well,
it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, if you wanted to go to Kroger, I'd take you to Kroger, bud.
We only knew each other for 4 weeks.
That's true.
Almost a year ago. Almost a year ago? No, 8 months ago.
8 months ago, yeah.
Let's be realistic. I'm looking at my broccoli here. I just don't want this one huge chunk. I'm looking for some smaller things. If I'm doing a chicken fried rice.
You can, like, split it up.
You're so... Alright. Thanks.
Yeah.
Great. I'm gonna use this. So, I gotta get back to my side of this question.
You gotta get back to your side.
I think my answer is Kroger, and the reason is every grocery store I enter that isn't a Kroger, I automatically, in my head, compare to Kroger, which is something I didn't realize. I lived in Florida for a long time. There was no Kroger in that city. I did Publix. And Publix is great, but I was constantly comparing it to Kroger, and it's the closest thing I've ever found to the layout of a Kroger. But the prices were higher. Mm-hmm. And Trader Joe's, yes, the prices are lower, but you can't get the name brand things, and I'm used to the name brand things, or getting the Kroger brand things for a discount. I'm just gonna broccoli. We're figuring it out here, folks. My answer is Kroger. Great. Kroger gets the title for me. Colin, that's the answer to your question. Thank you so much. I hope your life is going well. I hope college is treating you right.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. And, like, I don't know when this episode's coming out, but soon.
It's coming out in 4 weeks.
4 weeks?
Yeah, when I leave here, Colin, our dear Colin, who just asked that question, is going to take my spot for...
He is.
Like a week?
Yeah, like
it's
a week.
his spring break, right? because he is in college. Shout out to the Knicks. Oh, fun. Nick, I have nothing to do right now.
I also have nothing to do. Do you want to pause for like 5 minutes while we just wait for things to finish happening?
Are we going to take our first fully fledged Soy Boys intermission?
We could.
Was there anything else we can do to occupy our time? You could just, like, juggle stuff.
I do know how to juggle.
We have apples. That'll be great for the folks listening to this.
Here, everyone listen to me juggle.
Oh, it's so great. Oh, Nick. Oh, he's dropping it. He wasn't doing anything.
I didn't do anything. So,
We're
and I love her so.
I'm just gonna
I
reduce this to low.
wouldn't trade it for gold.
I wouldn't trade it for gold.
I wouldn't trade it for gold.
Thank you for your butter.
You're welcome, man. Oh, Andrew! Thank you so much for your butter. Oh, hi, Andrew! I do not like what your chest was doing during that. Hi, Andrew! Oh, Nathan Fillion! Oh, goodness! Oh, Andrew! I'm a man's pusher!
Oh, hey, Missy. Oh, hey, Andrew. Missy's gonna push her mons on you. Get into the closet and get freaky.
I don't know, Maury. I just want to be a normal teenager.
Oh my god! Andrew's in the closet with Missy! I don't know who that was.
She's on Family Guy. She's not on Big Mouth. Hey, Andrew, it's me, Nick. I'm so reasonable, even though I'm also in turmoil, and there's the whole thing with Jesse, but honestly, I'm just a normal kid. Aren't we all?
Yeah.
I'm going through changes. I'm going through changes.
Just punching a mini punching bag in front of us during this.
In my life. Oh! We're the Soy Boys. Woo! Every day we're out there making soy boys. Woo! Using soy sauce.
Ooh. I have a great
Soy
idea
boys.
for a new jingle.
Is it DuckTales? That's what I was going for.
Yeah.
Not like when I wrote it.
No,
it. Not when I wrote it.
Uh-huh.
This is done. This is done broccoli. My chicken looks like it could be done.
Hear that butter sizzling?
Hear that butter shit.
Ooh, I didn't even look at your potatoes. Oh, hi, Andrew. It's like, oh man, we're on intermission. I can't believe this shit that's happening here. Oh, hi, guys. I automatically went into the Missy voice. Oh, hi, guys. Oh, hi, guys. I love the, maybe I just needed the stress of recording removed from the equation.
So too.
I wasn't even worried about this being a good episode. Because they're all good episodes, because you've listened this far.
They're all really good episodes.
Good episodes. They're all really good episodes, Andrew. You should just pick one and go to town.
Is Backdoor Barbecue Earl the same as Maury?
No.
They're similar, though.
Backdoor barbecue.
He's like,
Hey, Andrew.
did we just
Why
call
don't we go down to backdoor barbecue?
Is his name Earl?
I thought we decided... What did we...
We didn't give him a name.
Oh, was it just Backdoor Barbecue Guy?
We never referenced anything about this man's life.
Except he owns a barbecue joint.
Called Backdoor Barbecue in
Yes.
Rolla, Missouri.
No, Backdoor
Anyway, is it a
Barbecue...
chain?
It's not a chain, but it's in Oklahoma City.
Oh, it's a real place.
It is real.
So we can't make this restaurant.
No. I mean... Okay.
Here we go. What should I use to... Oh, these things aren't even on the sink.
Sink.
I said earlier that you were back in the fridge, and I just called the stove the sink. I'm not even dehydrated today.
okay?
Maybe that's the problem. I've been dehydrated for like 2 straight weeks, and today I'm being clear.
Yes.
I'm gonna use this to...
Oh, man. My favorite thing about making these potatoes is the entire house reeks of Italian seasoning.
Okay, so I'm gonna face away from the stove, and I'm gonna tell you what I smell. It smells like my kitchen in college.
Yeah?
Italian seasoning.
Ah.
Yeah. I live with 2 Italian guys and a Greek guy. Born in the USA. Born in the USA! Name that solo artist.
That would be Ricky Gervais.
It's Prince. What? Were you thinking Ricky Martin?
Yes.
Those two guys are so different. I don't even have the time to delve. Oh my god.
In improv, it's important to follow your gut.
Yes, and name that musical. For those of you listening, the game we played, Name That Musical, is also applicable to other mediums. So, rock music instead of bring Sprucestein. What is happening to me today?
No. Well, here's the thing. I almost said Bruce Springsteen.
You can't do that.
But I can't. So I said Ricky, and I was like, Ricky something Gervais.
Gervais.
Ricky Gervais.
I hate that guy. I don't know who he is either. What is happening today?
His name is Samuel
L.
Jackson.
Johnson. Samuel L. Johnson.
Samuel, no relation, but he gets confused for him a lot.
No
Samuel L. Johnson is actually like a very old Greek man.
Can you do the voice again? I talked over it last time.
Gervais.
Is that what you think Greek people sound like?
I've
Mamma Mia.
never met a Greek person before in my life. I just know, if you're Greek, I would love to meet you.
Walk in right now, because we need someone to cut the tension.
Anyway.
I know, you're shivering. Name that musical.
Is that Come From Away?
No, it's The Boy From Oz. But we got the from in there.
Yeah. This is a cooking podcast. No, it's not. It's a you can't... I have to go. I can't stay here anymore.
I realized that
I have to get out of the fridge.
My shocked face was not reading to the people listening to this podcast. Hello to future Nick editing this going, what the fuck are we on? I have nothing to work with. Should we take another question?
Why not?
What I was going to say before we move on is I love the blurred line between Missy from Big Mouth and Mickey Mouse.
Oh boy! Oh, I love you, Andrew!
Shout out to Jenny Slate.
And
everyone else who's cursed on SNL.
Thomas Samuelson, the voice of Mickey Mouse?
Do you know?
No.
Sure? I was like, is he related to Marcus Samuelson?
I don't know who that is.
He's a chef. Oh, hi, Marcus. Nathan Fillion. We have another question.
This question was actually emailed to us last night. This comes from Landon R.
My dear friend Landon R. from college. Anyway,
is he Greek or Italian?
He's from Middle Tennessee.
So yeah.
Okay, what does Landon R have to say? We were in Peter Pan together, so that's funny for people who saw that show
or who
were
know
in it.
What Peter Pan is.
What does Landon have to say?
What does Landon have to say? Landon asks, if you could only play one, all caps, role for the rest of your life, what would it be and why? So, questions.
Yeah.
About this question.
Okay.
Should we stipulate that it should be questions...
Should we stipulate
that it should be roles that we've played before, or can it be
I think it can be any role in the theatrical world.
Okay. I think, me personally, I'm going to choose a role that I have played before.
I also am.
Okay. So let's make that the rule.
Well, it's, you know, if it's not...
Then, starring Idina Menzel?
That's not my role.
Oh.
Elizabeth or Liz. Who is she?
Who is she?
That's the plot of the show. Never seen it, and I'm good. So I don't think that has to be a hard and fast rule.
Sure.
I think just like...
It just
happened to be.
Yeah.
Because I have very specific reasons for this being
I also
role.
have specific reasons, and I don't want to pick a role I haven't played, because what if it sucks?
What if it's actually awful? You get in there and you're like, oh, I hate this.
Yeah.
I don't want to shave my head 8 times a week. If I picked Uncle Fester, for example.
Right.
Until I eventually go bald.
Can we post a picture of you as Uncle Fester on the Instagram?
That'll be the cover for this episode.
Or it can be the teaser.
We just recorded a great one. Here's me with a football going, I hope you could hear the face I was making.
Roles you could play for the rest of your life and why?
Rolls.
Dinner
rolls you could eat for the rest of your life. Texas Roadhouse.
Red Lobster.
I've never been to a Red Lobster.
It's very okay, but...
We are not sponsored by Red Lobster, and I guess we're not seeking it
But
either.
you know what? Red Lobster changed my mind. Give me some money, and I will say whatever you want.
You just issued them an ultimatum. I'm going to season this broccoli.
What? Red Lobster? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, we're talking about dinner rolls.
Great.
We're trying to stretch this episode.
Red Lobster, it's
it's very okay.
Very okay.
Cool.
They have cheddar biscuits.
I've made them from the box you can buy at the store at
that's them.
Kroger.
That's them. Like,
them.
exactly.
Oh, wow, then good.
Yeah. Anyway, one roll. I'm grasping the rolls in the air.
Eventually, we'll have like a Patreon where we have a camera on top of the fridge where you can see the bits we're doing.
Yes.
Thank you for donating.
Future Patreon subscribers.
Yeah.
Do we want to... Landon, your question. do we...
He's gonna be like, you know what, man, that's okay. I think that you guys are doing great. You got to talk about what you got to talk about.
George W. Bush.
I love Carol Channing. Shout out to episode 1. That's all that's on my mind right now.
I got episode... I was trying to reference the song, but none came.
One roll. No, what? Your question? What are you talking about?
I don't remember.
Red Lobster?
I've lost it.
Let's retrace our steps for a second.
I know exactly where I'm going.
Okay, go.
Okay,
Please,
so...
you take the rate. Jesus, take the wheel.
What?
I'm listening to my rice.
Great.
It's okay.
Listen
to your rice.
Do we want to come up with a name for our fans?
The Soy Boys. The Collective Sauce.
Or The Collective.
I loved their performances on season 3 of the Sing Off on NBC. I love the Sing Off. I know more about the Sing Off on NBC, specifically season 3, than I think most people you're ever going to meet.
That's so interesting.
If you ever have questions about the Sing Off, you want to submit them to the show and hear me talk and Nick say nothing. Or like, oh wow. The Collective.
No, scratch that. That was,
No.
It was a joke answer.
The sauce, the soy crumbles. You can buy a package of like it's imitation ground beef if you're making tacos.
What are those little cubes that you put in?
Tofu.
No, that you put in like
Miso?
No, it's like a bouillon.
Bouillon.
The bouillon.
The cubes?
The cube.
What's up, cubes? I hate that so
I do
much.
too.
So we don't have to do this right now, Landon.
Landon, that was such a great question, Landon.
Thank you so much, Landon.
Thank you so much for your question. Hey, question from Landon R.
Okay.
If you could only play one role for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
Do you have one in mind?
I do have one in mind. Do
Would
you have one in
care
mind?
to? Yes, I do.
Great. Yeah, I can go first.
So please do.
So when I was in college,
Love it.
we did a production of Clybourne Park.
Oh wow. Great.
But it's actually an incredible play.
Oh, it's one of the best.
It won the Tony?
It won the Tony in 2012, beating Peter and the Starcatcher, which I, at the time, thought was the wrong choice, but now I know better.
It's so good. It's an unofficial prequel/sequel to A Raisin in the Sun. Act
Which is
one,
a fine play.
Yeah,
It's okay.
if you're into that kind of thing.
Oh god.
Racism. Act
Not into
1
that.
takes place like moments before the family in Raisin in the Sun moves into the house. It's about the previous family that... Wait.
Can't help you here, I haven't read the play.
It's about the house that the family in A Raisin in the Sun is trying to buy.
Okay.
Act 2 is like 50 years in the future, and it's about what has happened to the neighborhood. And it's about a new family that's trying to move in to...
You were saying?
It's about a new family trying to move into the house. And so each person plays 2 roles. They play one character in Act 1 and a different character in Act 2.
Okay.
And I played the Carl Steve track. Carl is in A Raisin in the Sun. He's like the homeowners association
The dude.
dude.
Yeah.
I called it the racist track
Sure.
because
Racist in the sun.
I was a racist in the sun.
Right. I love that.
And the reason I picked that role is because it is so ridiculously against my type
Yeah.
that I would have so much fun doing it.
You'd
all the
constantly
time.
be able to explore.
I would constantly be able to explore. Also, he's supposed to be like 30s,
Yeah.
so it would like, and like honestly, he could be older, so it would still be appropriate for me to play it when I'm like
Right.
40. You okay there, bud?
I'm struggling so hard to open that egg.
You did it.
To open the egg? Who have I become? Can you open the compost for me?
I can.
Because you can compost eggshells.
You sure can. So my answer is Carl/Steve in Clybourne
I
Park.
think it's a great answer.
Thank you so much.
And mine has touches of that in terms of never getting bored and a role that you could play at multiple ages. Wow, that's a big old eggshell in my thing of eggs that are going on my fried rice. But I can get that out.
You know the life hack.
Use the eggshell to get it out. Because if you use your fingers, it'll just get all wrong. My first show after I graduated college was Into the Woods, and I played the baker, and that is my choice. And here's why. There are, I think, a million different ways to tell that story. The question never specified if you're doing it in the same production of that show, only if you're playing one role the rest of your life. So, I think there's so many ways that you can do Into the Woods. Can you open the compost for me, please?
I sure can.
Thanks so
Deja
much.
vu?
No, it just happened a second ago. The baker is also a role that can be played by someone who is 22, like I was when I played it last time, or they can really be an older couple who's really been struggling for so long to have this child. And I think even though Into the Woods is a show that is now 32 years old, there are still storytelling elements that... Ooh, I haven't checked on my chicken in a second.
You can do that yourself. I was like gonna go look and be like, it looks like chicken.
Storytelling elements that I think are always going to be prevalent in a storytelling-based art form. I think that Into the Woods has one of the best books of any musical I've ever come across.
Sure.
And I think the whole storytelling aspect, since it is the heart of any piece of theater, yeah, I'm taking those out. That's something I would never get bored of doing, because there's always going to be an audience member. This is true of any show you ever do. There's always going to be an audience member, thank you, who comes to see your show and has never seen a play before.
Are you done with the butter?
No, I'm not.
Okay, I'll leave it.
Thank you for letting me have your butter. Look at that chicken. And you can choose any of that you want.
I think I might just take like 2 of them.
Okay. I'll chop up the rest.
You can pick whichever ones.
Okay, I'll just grab a couple, and I'm just going to use this. Cook my chicken with some potato starch. It'll be fine. Yeah, my answer is... my answer is the baker because it's a role I love. It is to date my favorite role I've ever played. Also, I elected to go with a musical because I think if it was a role that involved no singing, I would constantly feel not like totally unfulfilled all the time, but every once in a while I'd be like, I really wish I was singing right now.
Sure.
And his vocal track is not taxing. It sits in my range in a really comfortable way. My answer is the baker. Also, Into the Woods is the first musical I ever saw, and the baker is the first like real dream role I ever had. That's not true. I wanted to play Cinderella's Prince and the Wolf the first time I saw it, and then I understood typing, and I was like, I'm going to be the baker, and I'm going to love it. And then I did it, and it was great. It's my answer.
That's a great answer.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Thanks so much. Bunch of this.
What we're going to do, Paul is nearing the end of his cooking, but he still has a bit to go. Yeah. So what we're going to do is...
leave you and come back.
We're going to leave you, finish cooking, and come back after we have our dishes finished for the postmortem. So we will see you in like 2 seconds when the postmortem is happening.
Goodbye. See you in a sec. We're just going to close the oven door on you. We'll check on you in a bit. Should we take a bite? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great. It tastes like chicken fried rice.
Chicken's wonderful, Paul.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I realized that in the first episode we called this ending portion the postmortem, and we haven't really revisited that. And I really like that, especially since we did a theatrical question today, revisiting the idea of this being a postmortem. So what did you learn from cooking your potatoes tonight?
You know, I think I learned to live in the moment.
Really?
Yeah. No, I mean, I've done this a million times.
Sure.
Maybe I learned I should probably, like, grease the foil so that the potatoes don't stick to it.
It worked, though. Like, the baking sheet's fine. And it looks... Yeah. I mean, what you ultimately have is buttery potatoes on top of a crisp of Parmesan. Yeah. It's really hard to beat that.
I mean, it's fine. I didn't learn much, because it's hard to mess up.
Yeah. Great.
What did you learn, Paul?
I learned a bunch of things, actually. Yeah. I made this a lot over the summer when we were living together, and I haven't made it since because I didn't like any of those batches. And at the time, like, I had undercooked my rice all the time because there were a bunch of people sharing one stove, and I was using sesame oil, which is a great taste, but I was using too much of it. So this is the first time I've made any sort of fried rice since last June. So what I've learned is if something tastes off in what you're cooking, it's okay to address that. It's okay to take a step back from it and say, this is a dish I like, I'm going to revisit it in another way. Also, I learned that if you have a bunch of food that you need to cook before it goes bad, share that with a friend. You don't have to eat all that chicken right then. If you have apples that are bruised and they're about to go bad, you can cut them up and make them into a pie. Sugar, butter, flour. So thank you so much for tuning in to episode 5 of the Soy Boys podcast. We're really enjoying doing this, and we appreciate you sticking with us through our trials and tribulations.
Yeah, I think we've hit a nice groove the last
I think so.
couple of times, yeah.
Definitely. There's no one I'd rather be kitchen in the cooking with. Is that what I said?
It is.
Kitchen in the cooking with.
Kitchen in the cooking.
Yes. I love these shout-outs to episode 1.
Yeah.
So if you listen past this, hopefully it'll happen again.
Yes.
I love it so much. Soy much.
Soy much.
We've been the Soy Boys. Thank you to Landon and
Colin.
Colin. Oh, I forgot our son's name.
Our son, Colin.
So our son, Colin, and Landon, my brother.
So, we've been the Soy Boys.
We've been the Soy Boys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as always...
You sounded so mad. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you
it's been a fun episode.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
And as always, cook brave, real brave. Because sometimes you need to.
We're the Soy Boys. Soy great.